Live from across Northern California, this is Good Day.
An advocate for mental health awareness joins us in studio to spread the message of health transformation.
And the big thing is, it might be as simple as a little wave and smile. Stick around. We're going to introduce you to this amazing author and give you the updates on how that might make a better mental health.
According to the Health and Human Services Office of Minority Health, African Americans are 20% more likely to experience serious mental health problems than the general population. Courtney's with a doctor who's in studio here for some tips to address the issue.
Yeah, good morning, Ken. We've got Dr. Delvena Thomas here in studio with us. Now, you've got a lot to your resume, Dr. Thomas. You're also a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army Reserves. The big thing that people are going to need to come away with this is to understand that, unfortunately, in the African-American community, we don't really discuss mental health. That's probably one of the issues that makes us so likely to have mental health issues throughout our lives, right?
Yes, yes. And so first, let's start with a smile and a laugh.
Yes, because we talk about
so we
that's
have to
easy
do that.
for me, but that's not easy for everybody, right?
Exactly, yeah. And there's certain things that we have to do to prevent mental health problems.
Okay.
Things that we have to do on a daily basis. We should teach it to our children. So basics like getting good sleep. People should sleep 7 to 8 hours. We should teach our children you have to go to sleep at the same time each night, awaken the same time each morning, regardless of school or work. Also being active, getting exercise. You don't do it just to look good, but you do it for your heart and also to feel better.
Okay.
We have to do things like having a healthy diet. We have to have good intake. Green leafy vegetables like spinach, broccoli, blueberries, sweet potatoes. We have to teach it to our children young and also teach them no fatty foods and no fast food. And besides that, you have to do things like teach your children coping skills and how to avoid stress and how to deal with stress.
Okay, and I think that a lot of people take that for granted. Oh, we know we have to have a healthy diet. We know we need to get a lot of sleep. But that really does transcend into good mental health if you practice those things on a daily basis. But you said if you make it a routine, that's important.
It has to be a daily thing. And I have a prescription for it. It's called Brain Love.
Okay.
So Brain Love. B is balance. You cannot have all work and no play. R is reframing. You have to think positively, not just think about the negative things. A, avoid negative people, avoid negative energy. I, inside, look inside yourself, is called having gratitude. N, needs. You have to take care of your own needs. You can't think about everyone else. Love. L, limit your expectations of yourself. Don't create a to-do list that's too much for you to handle. Limit the expectations you have of others. O is ownership. We make mistakes. We're human. When you make a mistake, correct it, learn from it, move on. V is vengeance, vindication. Vengeance is not yours. You have to forgive people. E is expression. Express yourself. Teach your children to express themselves, to communicate well, to process things. Brain love is all we need.
Right, and I noticed that you say that one of the big things is learning how to say no. We don't do that very well. Like you said, we tend to worry about what other people think and worry about us, but if we don't take care of ourselves, we're of no use to other people.
We have to set limits with other people. We can't control other people, but we can control ourselves the best.
Okay, so, and I have to ask you on a personal level, having been a lieutenant colonel serving in Afghanistan, you have a book, 90 Days in Afghanistan. Is it so simple to put these things into practice, or is it something that you have to actually, sit down and make a plan for yourself to actually implement these things?
It has to be a routine. So when people can't do these things easily or spontaneously, you just have to unlearn some of the bad habits or the adverse things that you do or the negative things you do and place this plan into action. It may start with just 1 or 2 things and eventually it becomes a lifestyle. So that's why I mentioned with our children, if we teach them young, these are the things they learn, and they can take these things into their adolescence, into their teenage years, into their adult years, and then teach it to their children.
Okay, all right. Dr. Delvena Thomas, thank you so much for coming in this morning to meet with us. She will travel. And so go to her website. We're going to link her information to ours, gooddaysacramento.com, under show information and today's date. And again, she is an author. You can also check out her books. We'll link all that information on her website as well. Mr. Rudolph?
Yes?
Did you take notes?
I did.
Okay, just checking.
Although I have to admit, I'm still preoccupied with my lip gloss, but that's a whole nother conversation. It's a separate day. Sorry, Dr. Thomas. That's for a whole nother day.
Laughter?
See? It's good.